As we speak, police have arrested a suspect in the deadly Las Vegas Strip shooting just moments ago. They announced the arrest of Manuel Ruiz in connection to the double homicide. This happened Sunday, just before 11 p.m. local time, right there near the Bellagio Hotel's iconic fountain. A live stream actually captures the moment when gunshots ring out and it sent tourists running in terror. We should warn you that some of the images here are disturbing. NBC News correspondent Sam Brock joins us now. Sam, what do we know about this suspect?
So we know there was a manhunt that was going on, Morgan, for about 11 hours until 5 or 10 minutes ago. We found out from police in the area that Manuel Ruiz, 41 years old, turned himself in, walked into the police station. He has been detained. He now, according to police, faces 2 different charges: open murder with a deadly weapon, 2 of them. What that means is they're not specifying the degree of homicide, first degree, second degree manslaughter. It's going to be up to a jury to decide that. But there was a live streamed video of a murder that was perpetuated on Las Vegas Boulevard, the middle of the Strip, as you said, the Bellagio, which is one of these just landmark places in Las Vegas. And you're watching in real time on YouTube as a murder is executed. And you actually got a very good look at his face in that video. I'm not sure if it was in the portion of the clip that we showed, but police clearly were able to identify who they were looking for. They also added, Morgan, that there was a history online with some sort of social media feud between him and one of the victims. There were 2 victims in this case.
I mean, the fact that it was live streamed is what I think is just kind of like head scratching in 2025. And it also shows you, though, what a key piece of the investigation something like that is, right?
It must have helped investigators. But ironically, it was not necessarily what led to this man's arrest. It was the fact that he had turned himself in. But I also think
Kamari Scara is live on the Strip with what we've learned so far. Kamari.
Ozzy, a suspect is now in custody in connection to that double homicide that happened just here on the Las Vegas Strip. 41-year-old Manuel Ruiz turned himself into Henderson police this morning. Police say they knew who they were looking for. They have not identified the victims, but the shooting was on a live YouTube stream from a man calling himself Finny the Legend. Police say Ruiz and the victims had a personal dispute. Investigators say the conflict unfolded over several social media platforms. Officers were on routine patrol when they heard gunshots and rushed toward the area where they found 2 people with gunshot wounds on the sidewalk. Both victims were pronounced dead at the scene. Now, Ruiz does face 2 counts of open murder with a deadly weapon. Reporting on the Las Vegas Strip, Kamari.
I often tell you guys that this internet stuff could be very dangerous. And a lot of times, man, people take this stuff for a joke. Now, you have these small YouTubers, Finny the Legend, right, and his wife, Bubbly. They was unalive last night in Vegas, on the Vegas Strip, while live streaming. Somebody that they was beefing with caught up to him, ran up to him and unalived him, right, took their life. Now, we saw that the husband saw him coming and he went to approach him. He got gunned down. Instead of the wife taking off running, she's standing there trying to argue, are you serious? And she gets gunned down. Instead of just hopping the fence and running. For life of me, I don't understand. Like a lot of these people, you don't know these people are insanely crazy online. And there's a bunch of weirdos. The internet has given way a voice to a bunch of weirdos that would never had a voice in the world where there was no social media. So now I keep telling y'all online, you can be the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker. You can be anybody if you're charismatic enough. But then sometimes you got some street gangsters, right? Some real, you know what, right? And this Mexican dude or whatever he looked like, Sincity Manny-wise, right? They was already putting strikes on each other, going after each other. And he said, when I catch up to you, it's on. Well, I don't know if he's from Vegas or they both was from Vegas, but he stalked them down and he took them out. He took their life, right? And everybody is all over social media. Everybody's talking about it right now. But online, I see people every day committing verbal genocide on each other, going in on each other, disrespecting each other, saying anything to get clicks, anything to get views. And this stuff is dangerous, right? But let's go over here and let's look at some of this stuff, man. Man charged in shooting on Las Vegas Strip that unalived 2 people, right? Manuel Ruiz, 41 years old, surrenders. Now, this is a 41-year-old man that just unalived 2 people on a Vegas strip. He's willing to just give up his whole life. So you know he had nothing to live for. So you arguing online with a man that has nothing to live for, and you got yourself killed and your wife. Right? And your wife wasn't smart enough to take off running when she saw you get gunned down, right? A man turned himself in on Monday in connection with a shooting on the Las Vegas Strip that unalived 2 people. Manuel Ruiz, 41, surrendered to Henderson Police Station in Clark County. The Las Vegas Metro Police Department said in the news release. Ruiz had been booked on 2 counts of open unaliving with a deadly weapon, police said. Police did not mention a motive. It was not immediately clear whether Ruiz has an attorney. 2 people were unalived Sunday night and what police called an isolated incident that sent people running in terror. The police department said in a statement early Monday that the shots were fired around 10:40 p.m. local time, right? In the 3600 block of Las Vegas Boulevard. Social media posts from the moment of the unaliving show, it was outside the Bellagio Hotel and Casino. The Clark County Coroner's Office said it cannot release the victims' identities yet. Police officers on patrol in the area immediately ran towards the gunfire, and they found 2 victims who were lying on the sidewalk suffering from apparent gunshot wounds, police said. Our officers rendered medical aid to both victims, but their efforts to save those lives were unsuccessful. And both victims were pronounced unalived at the scene. A video on X shows a police officer performing CPR on one on the sidewalk. Man, this is crazy. Police said in a statement that they believe we have the suspect identified, adding that the suspect and the victim had previously engaged in some type of conflict using a variety of social media platforms. It was not immediately clear whether Ruiz was the suspect police mentioned in an earlier briefing. A YouTuber was live streaming at the time of the shooting and apparently caught images of the firearm being fired in a video that has been taken down but was seen by NBC News. Man, this is insane. The video shows people walking along the busy street as music plays for several minutes before a man comes into a frame holding a firearm and fires at least 7 shots. So this thing, like I said, these are small YouTubers, they're beefing, but we see every day across YouTube, everybody's arguing, everybody's beefing, everybody's cussing each other out. Nobody wants to be decent and exhibit decent behavior, and this is the type of stuff that come with it. But there's people commenting on this, right? Let's check out what some of the people are saying. Check this out.
He shot him on the Las Vegas Strip in front of everybody, bro. This dude right here, he unalived him and his wife on the Strip in Las Vegas. So let me tell y'all what happened, right? They was beefing over the internet, copyright strikes. These are 2 content creators, right? So he comes to Vegas. Dude comes to Vegas. He like, oh, you in my city? You in my city? Woom, woom. He's a gangster. He's so gangster, right? So he like, where you at? I've been to every hotel, every casino, woom, 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 right? So he pull up. The wife instantly get in his face. This is why you gotta watch your girl, because it's like, what are you doing getting in front of the danger? The man is supposed to be addressing that, regardless of the fact, because she could have got unalived first. It was the pole was already in his hand when she walked up. She said, "You better not use. You better not do." What you mean you better not? You think niggas care about your life? You think I ain't even gonna bring race into it, bro. But you think people care about your life like that? You think niggas care about them cameras, bro? Do you understand that we in a spiritual warfare? So sometimes things are just it'll go through. It'll go through just off the extra factor of the ancestors. Like, they'll do it to you not even knowing, like, they'll black out. Folks be blacking out. You feel me? So he blacked out and up that pole on, bro, and popped them on the Strip over some content. If you're gonna be beefing and doing this content creation and whatever you're doing, don't think nobody playing. Anybody I ever talked about, don't think I'm out here playing.
So I just say this, man. Listen, man. You guys, a lot of times, man, you know, my content that I do is, for the most part, is positive content. I was doing uplifting and educating our people. I try to stay away from the beefs, the arguments, because you never know who you're going to run into. You're just not going to know. It's not going to, like, I was at O'Doon Day yesterday with my wife, and like 7 people walked up. George Macon, hey, George Macon. But when people walk up to me, I get positive affirmations because I put out positive energy. I don't beat with nobody. I don't call people out their names. I don't disrespect people because you don't know who you talking to out there. I'm aware that I come from the streets, and where I come from, if I'm willing to talk dirty to you, I gotta be willing to take a life or get my life taken, because that's how serious it is out here. You can't be playing with people, man. Like, that video was horrible. But again, that's the internet stuff. You don't know who you're talking to, man. And just like I said, I was with my wife yesterday. Suppose I was known for being a nasty, troll, disrespectful person. And I'm all out there around thousands of people. And people seeing me that I don't even know me. Walking up to me, hey, George. And they do something to me or my wife. Right? So that's why you got to always be mindful of that, man. And be respectful to people. Be respectful. Watch how you talk to people. Somebody say something greasy to you. You ain't got to respond back. You ain't got to be disrespectful back. You don't know these people. And the internet could be a good thing, and it could be very dangerous at the same time, man. So I'm going to cut this video short here, man. As more of this come out, we'll report more of it. But right now, 2 people has been unalive dealing with social media, and while they was live streaming. So if you made it this far in the video, hit that like button, subscribe to Street Media TV, leave your comments in the comment section. Remember, I love y'all. Till the next time. Peace.